What type of school are you in? When I say what type of school are you in, I don't mean like are you in a Montessori school, an Ivy League school, or a state school. I mean, are you in a school that supports experts, coaches, or counselors? Now, this is new vocabulary, but it's very important for educators who want to make a difference. Each type represents a way to organize a school, its people, and learning. And what type of teacher are you? Are you an expert, coach, or counselor? Each type represents a way to contribute meaningfully in schools. First, you need to know your type. Are you an expert, coach, or counselor? There's a survey and video below to help you with that. Knowing your type is all about knowing the role you feel most comfortable in and how you contribute meaningfully. Simply put, one works for you and the other two don't. Here's one way to think of it. If you were an acorn, you'll become an oak. Even if someone tries to put you on a trellis and shape you into a grapevine, you will still grow into an oak tree. Know which one of these three types you are at your heart. Are you an expert, coach, or counselor? Because you stop caring when your environment forces you to be something that you're not. Then you need to find out if you and your school's types are a match. If so, this is the ideal situation. You are in a place that wants to support your type. However, if there is a mismatch between you and your school, there will be a constant wearing down of both the teacher and school, as both try to fashion the other into their type. So let's find out what type of school you are in. Let's begin by looking at who makes decisions. In the expert school, it's the top of the hierarchy. The principal makes decisions for the teachers below them. The teachers in the classroom are at the top of the hierarchy, and they make decisions for the students below them. Who makes decisions in the coach school? Well, it's the whole staff. Here you can see that pyramid has been fanned out and minimized and now spread across the staff. There is still very much a hierarchy with the top, middle, and lower rungs of a hierarchy, but here the whole staff have more input on decisions that affect it. And who makes decisions in a counselor school? Well, here it's the whole school. Everybody has equal footing to contribute. If you're willing to show up and do the work and get others' consent, you get to influence making decisions. What about leadership style? Which is the closest to your school? The expert leadership style is to hire good people and get out of their way. The coach leadership style sees that the team is bigger than the sum of its parts. Here, the leadership is getting you to give up a bit of your autonomy, but in return, you're receiving the support of a school-wide approach to learning. And the leadership style in a counselor school? Well, here there is no hierarchy. Again, those willing to do the work and get consent from others have the say. Now, what informs the lessons in your school? In the expert school, it's the professional discernment of the individual teacher. Remember, the teacher, when in their classroom, are at the top of the pyramid, so they get to make decisions about the teaching and learning for their students. What informs lessons in the coach school? Well, here it is data and that school-wide approach to learning. What informs lessons in the counselor school? Here it is student meaning and the individualized student inquiries. And finally, let's have a quick look at staff culture. Which one of these closest resembles your school? In the expert school, the staff culture is one of responsibility. In the coach school, it's all about growth and achievement and doing more. And in the staff culture, everything centers around meaning, not just for the individual, but for the group itself. Now, of course, your school will be a mix of all three of them, and you will be able to look at parts of your school and find all three types, expert, coach, and counselor for sure. However, one is your school's center of gravity. So is your school mostly trying to support experts, coaches, or counselors? Which one is it organizing itself for? Remember, each type is a way to organize a school, its people, and learning. You'll find that if you follow any professional development trainings or any school initiative or leadership approach down to its core, ultimately they are either trying to make better experts, better coaches, or better counselors. And what works for one type doesn't necessarily work for the other. Being in a school that matches your type gives you your best shot at thriving, though it's not a sure thing. A mismatch, however, will definitely wear you down as you are pushed to be something that you are not. For practical ways about how to apply these three types of school in terms of interviewing tips, how to avoid miscommunication or common conflicts between types, register for our newsletter. We send you weekly tips that'll help make your life in school easier and move you from exhausted to energized in education. And if you want surveys or other videos to clarify your type or your school's type, you can find resources in the description below.